This is my second book, Joe Biden Unauthorized and the 2020 Crack Up of the Democratic Party. I had a great interview with Ken Matthews at WHP 580 in Harrisburg, and he's read the book, and he said if the news media read this book, they would not have the guts to report it, and I really appreciated him saying this. I think this book has some hard-hitting facts in it that if they're reporting out would generate a grand jury investigation into Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and a score of senior Democrats. And that's really what I want to talk about. A grand jury investigation of Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and a score of senior Democrats. Why is this a grand jury hearing? This is why. This is the beginning of a conspiracy to cover up Joe Biden's malfeasance in office. It starts with this meeting by David Axelrod. You can see in this White House visitor log, David Axelrod at line 202-270 on 4/16/2014. That's April 16, 2014. And why is this a conspiracy to cover up? This goes to grand jury because at this point, David Axelrod is going in for a one-on-one meeting after having been in a meeting with Barack Obama, David Plouffe, and Jim Messina, excluding Joe Biden. David Axelrod is carrying a message to Joe Biden. They meet at the VPR, that's column V, Vice President's residence, for breakfast, 7:30 in the morning. Very unusual for David Axelrod. When you work in the White House, you have to understand what you're seeing, the real reason you're seeing things. This is a visitor's log from the Secret Service that shows that David Axelrod and these, as representative of Barack Obama, is confronting Joe Biden over what he's doing and what his son is doing. They know a lot of information about him, and they want it to stop. They know that he's about to put them on the board of Burisma Holdings. It happens days later. And Joe is on his way to Ukraine days later. And all this looks bad for the Obama White House. They wanted to stop Joe Biden, shrugs him off. He just ignores what David Axelrod tells him. And this is the evidence that they had this meeting, and this is significant. This is the evidence that Joe Biden ignored what David Axelrod, the warning he was giving. Because 4 hours after he had the meeting with Axelrod, he had a meeting with Hunter Biden's business partner, Devon Archer, who was about to be convicted for a fraud he started just about this time in March 2014. So Devon Archer goes into the West Wing with Joe Biden. And here's the visitor log that shows him. See, he's at row 202591. You go across. He goes to V POTUS, White House, West Wing. West Wing is the W column, V POTUS. That's who they meet with. Joe Biden lied repeatedly when he said he had nothing to do with his son's business. This is him meeting with his son's business partner days before he's heading to Ukraine with a massive assistance program for the energy security of Ukraine, which includes Burisma Holdings, the company that's about to name Hunter Biden and Devon Archer as board members, and they get millions of dollars for it. Joe Biden is lying out of his teeth. That's what David Axelrod was warning him not to do. He went and did it, and nobody called him out on it. And they haven't called him out since. But this is the evidence that he committed malfeasance in office because he knew about it. And once this evidence becomes widespread, there should be a grand jury hearing. You need a grand jury to get to the records that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and Devon Archer have about how they connected to how he connected and put them on the board of Burisma Holdings.